It all started with a rock, a colossal granite giant jutting from the forest floor. I stumbled upon it during a rain-soaked trek, desperate for shelter. Beneath its overhang, I found a dry haven and a spark of inspiration. This wasn't just a refuge from the storm, it was the perfect spot for a hidden home. I envisioned a secret bunker, carved from earth, protected by this stone guardian. The challenge live off-grid for 60 days, using only what the forest provided. No modern luxuries, just an axe, a shovel, a saw, and my resolve. The forest would be my hardware store, my pantry, my home. I paced out the space under the rock, deep enough for a small living area, naturally shielded. My mind raced with plans, walls rising, a roof blending into the hillside, a sanctuary invisible to the world. The mission was clear: build a shelter so well hidden, no one would ever find it. I'd return with my tools and dedicate 2 months to this project. It would be grueling, battling the elements, fatigue and doubt. But the reward? A hidden sanctuary, built by my own hands. This rock wasn't just a landmark, it was the cornerstone of my next adventure. The forest was waiting. The rock had shown me the way. It was time to turn this wild dream into reality. I felt a surge of adrenaline. This was what I lived for. Pushing limits, connecting with the wild, testing my skills. I could already see the finished bunker, blending seamlessly into the earth. My mission was set. The adventure began with a single step under that ancient stone. Now it was time to build. Returning to the site, the rock stood as my silent sentinel. The first task: break ground and clear the overhang. I marked out a 10 by 8 foot rectangle, my world for the next 60 days. Every inch had to be earned through sweat and hard labor. Shovel met earth. The topsoil was soft, but soon I hit clay and roots. Roots tangled around my shovel, forcing me to chop through with my axe. Progress was slow, my hands blistered, but the pit took shape. I wasn't just digging a hole, I was carving out a home. The smell of damp soil filled the air, primal and promising. Excavated dirt piled nearby, destined for future walls and roof. Nothing wasted. Every resource had a purpose. After days of digging, the pit was nearly 3 feet deep, a milestone. Standing inside, the overhang loomed like a cathedral ceiling. I was below ground, already concealed from view, but water seeped in, threatening to turn my home into a swamp. Before building up, I had to solve the water problem. The forest had given me a foundation and a challenge. Survival isn't glamorous, it's grit, determination, and relentless effort. The real work was just beginning. Water, essential, but a threat to any shelter. My solution, a French drain, channeling water away from my pit. I dug a trench around the perimeter, deeper than the main floor. Days were spent hauling stones from the river, large for the base, small for filling gaps. I laid the stones, creating a porous channel for water to escape. The drain led to a sump pit at the site's lowest point. With the system in place, I covered it with flat stones for a solid floor. The real test came with the next downpour. Rain hammered the forest, but the drain worked. Water flowed away, floor stayed dry. It was a massive victory. My first engineering challenge, conquered. The bunker's foundation was secure. Now, I could finally build up. The forest had tested me, and I'd passed. With water managed, it was time to build the walls. Fallen trees became my building blocks, pine and oak, straight and strong. Dragging logs back was grueling, each one a triumph. I notched the ends, interlocking them for a tight, sturdy fit. Layer by layer, the walls rose, each log a testament to patience and precision. As the walls grew, lifting logs became harder. I built ramps and used leverage. The structure took shape, solid and secure beneath the rock. The front wall stood strong, a barrier against the wild. My fortress was rising from the earth, integrated with the landscape. The log skeleton was complete, ready for the next phase. Every notch, every log, was a step closer to safety. The bunker felt real now, a true stronghold. The forest provided, and I transformed its gifts. My hidden home was taking form. The hardest work was paying off. Nature doesn't wait for you to finish. A massive storm hit, wind howled, rain lashed, branches crashed down. I sheltered inside my half-finished bunker, log walls bracing against the gale. The structure held firm, notches distributing the force. Water seeped through gaps, but the wall stood strong. A huge branch struck the rock above. My location choice saved me. When the storm passed, devastation littered the forest, but my bunker stood unshaken. The storm exposed weaknesses, gaps to seal, but proved the strength of my design. I was soaked and exhausted, but my confidence soared. The wild had tested my work, and it survived. The next step, make it truly weatherproof. The storm was a harsh teacher, but I learned fast. My hidden home had survived its first trial. The forest was relentless, but so was I. Now, it was time to seal the fortress. The storm proved my bunker's strength, but it needed insulation and waterproofing. I mixed excavated soil with water and dried grass, creating a thick daub. I packed this muddy mortar into every gap between the logs, inside and out. The clay-rich soil acted like natural cement, sealing the walls. For extra waterproofing, I applied a thick layer of river clay to the exterior. Smoothed on with a flat board, it formed a hard, water-resistant skin. As it dried, the walls became solid, insulated, and draft-free. The interior grew quieter, darker, and warmer. My shelter was now a true barrier against the elements. This process connected me to the earth, primitive, effective, and deeply satisfying. The bunker was no longer a collection of parts, but a unified whole. My hands were caked in mud, but my spirit soared. The fortress was sealed. A secret bunker needs a hidden entrance. I built a sturdy door, but it had to vanish into the hillside. I attached a lattice of branches, then layered on moss, earth, ferns, and leaves. The door became a living part of the forest, blending perfectly with the ground. I transplanted small plants onto it so it would change with the seasons. From a distance, the entrance disappeared. My heart leaped at the illusion. The lines were gone, the door invisible. I tested it from every angle. It was impossible to spot. The ultimate camouflage was complete. My secret home was now truly secret. The forest hid my work in plain sight. The illusion was perfect. The final step was the roof. More than just cover, it had to disappear into the hillside. I laid strong logs from the front wall to the rock, then smaller poles for a solid deck. For waterproofing, I layered birch bark like shingles, nature's raincoat. Over that, I spread thick topsoil, then transplanted moss and grasses from the forest. The living roof blended seamlessly with the ground, catching rain and growing with the seasons. From any distance, the bunker vanished, a mossy mound under the rock. The roof became part of the ecosystem, alive and ever-changing. My shelter was no longer an object, but a feature of the woods, hidden in plain sight, protected by nature itself. The transformation was complete. I had built with the land, not just on it. The forest embraced my secret home. The 60-day build was done. I stood back, nothing visible but a mossy hillock under a rock. Perfect. I slipped inside, closing the hidden door behind me. Silence enveloped me. The thick walls absorbed all sound. The air was cool, earthy, and safe. A small lamp cast a warm glow on the log walls. The interior was simple. A raised sleeping platform, a bench, a table. Not a palace, but a home, earned with sweat and grit. Every notch and smear of clay told a story of struggle and triumph. Outside, the temperature dropped, but inside, warmth lingered. The earth insulated me, cocooned in security. I lay down, blanket pulled close, the lamp flickering above. I thought of the journey, from rain-soaked vision to hidden sanctuary. I had built more than a bunker. I'd built a connection to the wild and to myself. Safe, hidden, and at peace, I had succeeded.